saved. And Still Sexy Radio, right here on GI Music. Because you should know, just because you are saved, that doesn't mean stop being sexy.
What's up, y'all? This is the Hanging Out with Mr. Just Get It on Save the Sexy Radio, powered by the R&B Network. I got my co-host, Beverly Turner, in the house with me today.
What's going on?
And we got a special guest in the house with us today. We got Arthur, Miss Beverly Turner.
Hello.
No relation to Tina, right?
Or no relation to me, James Turner.
Look at her.
But this is the Hanging Out. With Mr. Just Get It on Save the Sexy Radio, part of the R&B Network. And when we come back, we're gonna talk some stuff with Miss Beverly Turner.
It was a struggle at the bottom, dealing with self-destructive thoughts and actions. Striving to do things God's way kept us on track though. I love you, Granny. We made it. Before I even knew how to walk with God, both good and evil was in my heart. Facing choices between the two, with the wrongs feeling right to do. I was influenced by example, more than I was the Bible. Spice One taught me survival. CK taught me how to shoot rifles. Greedy taught me to rap and blow sticky, and what not to do if them laws come get me. Life was fast in my teens and 20s. I never look down on a man, I do plenty. Trust me, I strive to live holy, but you can be you around me. I'm not snobby. If the church thinks you deserve hell, I can testify. It's up to God who's worthy.
From bottom to the top. Started at the bottom, now we made our way to the top. From bottom to the top. Started at the bottom, yeah, we made our way to the top.
I was a young man, in love with a worldly life, when the Lord began to call me to live opposite of the sins I liked, and praise Him with the songs I write, feeling all the sparks of the pastor inside that God wants to ignite. In my eyes, I'm ready for new heights. As a new believer, rap minister, I preached on beats to change lives. On the flip side, I wrote the backslide. I'm not Timothy 3, I'm all pride. So I decide to just do music, chill on the leadership, and learn to live crucified. So when God needs me to lead, my personal life will be Timothy 3 right.
From bottom to the top. Started at the bottom, now we made our way to the top.
We made it.
From bottom to the top. Started at the bottom, yeah, we made our way to the top.
When I examine myself, now I feel dumb. Then I examine what I used to be, and I just thank God for how far I've come. God's mercy on me is second to none. I realize that the top isn't money. I realize the top isn't fame. The top isn't all the things of this world. The top is living in Jesus' name. And it's loving God more than anything. You know that love you feel inside for yourself. Love who you come in contact with the same. Learn from the Lord, not your pain. My God forgives, and so do I. I like life, but I'm excited to die. To live in the kingdom of the Most High. To see what it's like to be alive.
From bottom to the top.
The top.
Started at the bottom, now we made our way to the top.
Come on.
From bottom to the top.
The top.
Started at the bottom, yeah, we made our way to the top.
Lord,
I
love you, God.
Planet Earth is the bottom, and God's kingdom is the top. La 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 la. Planet Earth is the bottom, and God's kingdom is the top.
For God so loved the world that He gave His only and unique Son, so that everyone who trusts in Him may have eternal life. For God didn't send the Son into the world to judge the world, but rather so that through him the world might be saved.
What's up, y'all? This is Mr. Just Get It on the Hanky Nine on Saving Sexy Radio, powered by the R&B Network. And today we got author Miss Beverly Turner in the house with us. She's the author of Cinnamon Chronicles, Kiss and the Lace, or Songs of Cinnamon. I'm going to tell you a little about Beverly, then I'm going to give her a chance to tell y'all about herself. Miss Beverly Turner is a mother, entrepreneur, and entertainment journalist from Fayetteville, North Carolina. She hosts a talk show and blog called Lyrical Lines from a Journalistic View, Let's Talk, which features on celebrity and pop culture. And speaking of her talk show, I had the privilege of being a guest on there a couple weeks back, and it went great. But I'm gonna go ahead and open the floor up and let Miss Turner tell you some things about herself and her current project.
All right.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, what's going on?
Well, there's some things about me. I'm an on-air personality. I'm also a DJ for 99 to Beat. I'm currently working on my second book. I do not have a title yet, but it is going to deal with racism. And, I just love living life and enjoying life and encouraging people. That's pretty much sums it up about me and what I like to do.
Okay, Brother Say, why don't you hit us with that synopsis of the Cinnamon Chronicles?
So we got the Cinnamon Chronicles, y'all. Kiss and the Lace, or a Song of Cinnamon, right? So Cinnamon Lyles, is that her name? Used to looking for love in all the wrong places. All right, Cinnamon Lyles. Used to looking for love in all the wrong places. As a survivor of an abusive childhood and a strained relationship with a mother who refused to believe her claim, she endured a lingering struggle with self-esteem. Haven't we all at some point? After years in an abusive marriage, she's determined to make a better life. One day, she and her young children, Daniela and Will, flee from North Carolina and set out for California, where she leaps full force into the world of investigative reporting. But when her career and her dangerous personal life collided, she faces decisions that threaten both her family, well-being, and the successes she's achieved. So that fool came back. That's what happened? He got a hold of a good thing, ain't know how to act. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Okay, that right there, it sounds like a thriller, y'all. And I forgot to tell you, Miss Turner does hold a master's degree in new media and journalism from Full Sail University. Okay, Beverly, if it's all right if I call you Beverly, go ahead and tell us about the Cinnamon Chronicles. Give us a more in-depth look.
Like a lot of us out here, we always trying to find love. And, sometimes we go through multiple people. Some people, they find love the first time. But a lot of other people, it takes them a while. So she went through a whole bunch of other stuff. And then on top of that, she still was battling with her past, dealing with her mother, which kind of got caught up with her and the type of people that she dealt with. And eventually, she might or she might not find love. Everybody will have to go read to see that part. But,
so
she got caught up in some investigations, even though that she's the one who's used to telling stories and stuff, being a journalist and stuff like that. And, she got caught up into some things. And, she had to clear her face, clear her name.
This sounds like some Lifetime movie type mess. My bad.
Okay, that's a different twist coming from a journalist point of view by you being a journalist. You know what I'm saying? So I'm quite sure you use and utilize all your tools in that. This story was it inspired by any true events?
No, it didn't really inspire anybody who exists, but, I do have a lot of homegirls and guys that always text me all the time, and they be like, well, I have relationship problems with so-and-so, and I got relationship problems over here, I don't know about, and I was like, you know what, just listening to my friends and being out listening to people and stuff. One day I was like, I need to write a book about y'all because y'all crazy. And I was like, I just need to put my own twist and stuff to it or whatever, but I could everybody's stories around me and come up with something.
Right.
So every time, when somebody read it, they be like, man, this book could be related to me. Like, yo, I feel like you talking to me. I be like, for real?
And that's what I was just finna say. You gotta be very, very careful. Listen, y'all gotta be very, very careful when you're talking to journalists. You hear me?
You talking to journalists
You gotta be careful.
I do all that.
Right, but like I said, she holds a master's degree in new media and journalism, and having this degree, like a lot of people right now, authors, like far as myself, I'm an author. Beverly Save is an author. You know, I know other authors, and we deal with a lot of authors who don't have degrees in journalism or any writing experience like that. You know, did your degree in journalism and your desire to write and pursue that career field, did it help you in writing the Cinnamon Chronicles?
Yeah, I mean, I was actually going to school, and I think it was in March of my birthday, and I had told people, and I started letting people know that, you know, maybe I should just become an author as well. And, you know, I always want to be a journalist, because I always want to go around and, you know, sit there and listen to other people's stories and be my own type of boss and go find things to talk about and stuff. So that's what we had to do in school. But one day I just said it, I was like, well, maybe I should be an author and write and stuff. And everybody was like, girl, you just not about to do that. And then I actually did it. You know, it actually took me a whole month because I started writing the book in June. And I was actually finished with the book by July.
Wow.
You know, and I dedicated myself to the book and everything because I was actually on my job working. And one day I was just like, you know what, I don't want to work no more. I just want to be a full-time author. I want to promote myself. I want to do all of this. And, you know, I had some family members and some friends was like, girl, you is crazy.
Okay.
So are you a full-time author?
Yes, I'm a full-time author now.
Okay, go ahead, Beverly. Say you about to ask a question?
No, I was agreeing with her how they was calling her crazy when she decided she wanted to do something, you know, full time. Cause that's the look they get. They be like, okay, right. Let me know how that turned out, you know. So yeah, kudos to you.
Right. And Beverly, I only done talked to you a couple times, and the few times I've talked to you, the more that I'm digging in, you know, I basically I do see success in your future. Because you have an edge on the game. You have an edge on the game. For it's not just being a journalist, knowing how to write, but it seems that you have a passion for it. And now it's your job, you know. So, you know, I see success in your future as long as, you know what I'm saying, you keep putting it down the way you're putting it down. And I can't wait to read the Cinnamon Chronicles. And by you saying you gave me the time frame that you wrote the book, so how was it? I know you said you chronicalized different stories from friends and stories you had heard and stuff like that. But how was your writing process? You know, did it flow, or did you get caught up, or did it just come out?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. The second week of me doing it, I was gonna stop because in my head I was like, "What the heck is you doing, girl? Like, you done quit your job and you worried about writing a book. Like, I hope you gonna finish it." But then something clicked in my head was like, you know what? Everybody around me is like, "Nah, you crazy. This. You ain't gonna even finish that book." So now it's time to put my pen and paper to work and keep on doing what I gotta do. So I was always like, let me wake up at a certain time of the day. And I will always, like, manage out me being on air, me dealing with the DJs, and when everybody had to come on, me promoting my radio station. And I was like, you know what? Let me make 8 hours of my day dedicated to me writing this book, because if I'm on a job, I'm going to be working 8 hours anyway. A day.
Right.
Right.
So that's basically all I did. And I put my mind to it, and I focused, and then basically it was all coming together. I sent it to my homegirl because I had proofreading myself because I do my own editing, but I wanted her to look over it too to make sure, you know, everything sounded right, everything was good and stuff. And she was like, "Yeah, you only made one mistake." But at the time, I was like, "One mistake? Like, I'm a journalist. I don't make no mistake. What is he talking about?" But, you know, she found one, and then I told her, I said, "Well, thank you for looking over it." And then when she sent it back to me, I was already doing my cover design because I wound up doing it myself. And that was the first time I ever done something like that before. You
did the cover yourself?
Yes.
That's a pretty hard cover.
Hold on. Yeah, that's a hot cover. That's a whole nother topic in itself. What's up, y'all? This is the Hanging Out with Mr. Just Get It on Saving Sexy Radio. We have Author Beverly Turner in the house with us today. We learned some deep things from her. She just told us, she created her own cover. She's a journalist. She's the host of her own radio station. So when we come back, we're going to talk to Ms. Turner about this fire cover she got. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back and talk about this cover.
Hi, this is author Shante Kennerly of Kennerly Presents Publications, best known for the urban series Escaping the Lord of the Game and The Streets Call Me Treasure. I have a new mystery thriller coming out real soon called Blue Kisses. Be on the lookout for that. And remember, all my books are available at Amazon.com, KennerlyPresents.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and wherever else books are sold. And you're listening to The Hankin' Hour with Mr. Just Get It right here on Saved and Sexy Radio, powered by RYB Network.
I'm getting more, wish I could go down there street. But the narcotics say I got death on me. So if they try to rap on me, but it's motivation. I'ma keep getting money, gone soldier hate me. The judge looked at me and said, how you doing, Boosie? He called me by my nickname, what you think I'm stupid? If you on railroad and lose me in the system, but like C Murder and Mac, I refuse to be a victim. Devil, hit about me, 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 devil, hit about me.
See where I'm from, in this do or die. Nigga tell you he gon' kill you, you gon' shoot or die. Them devil got them youngsters wildin' on that 12 now. They hollin' both alone jail, they going to hell. Listen, I am from Baton Rouge, better known as Red Red. The police know your ass done it before you even do it. I'm so gutter, so gangster, so in the streets. I'm so freaky, so nasty, so in the streets. My cousin life, and grandpa life, and then it's mandatory. The judge ain't nothing but the devil, him and the jury. I seen a nigga die in front of me, eyes rolled back. They threw the chopper bullets at him like, hold that.
Devil hit about me, 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 devil hit about me. Can't even ride it, yeah, cause them devils off. They catch me on the back street, they gon' knock me off. Yeah, I'm talking about the law, y'all talking about devils. Up in school you got blues, now you buy whatever. Trying to get money, trying to sell it cat. Devil get your ass that way, I don't pay for that. Don't he put you at the wrong place at the wrong time? Now you're gone for a very long time. And you hit the pin and you heard that nigga go slam. He was your shoes, your zoos, and your wham wham. He was with you in them times when you ain't give a man. He was that liquor in your hand saying kill me, man. He that liquor in cross town hating on your heart, but he ain't ready to go to war. That's that nigga devil, devil, get up off me, devil, get up off me, devil.
What's up? This is the Hanky Now with Mr. Just Get It on Saving Sexy Radio, powered by the RB Network. If you'd like to become a sponsor of the Hanky Now or to check out past shows and for more information, visit the Saving Sexy website at www.savingsexyradio.us. Okay, y'all, we got Author Beverly Turner in the house with us today, the author of Cinnamon Chronicles, Kiss and the Lace, or Songs of Cinnamon. When we left off, Beverly was telling us that she did her own cover. She's a self-published author. So I'll say when we come back, we're going to talk about this cover and the process, because she says it's her first time doing it. And wow, when y'all see this cover, she did a great job for this being her first time.
Really did.
So Beverly, tell us about this cover. What inspired it? Like, let's just tell us about it.
Well, I told myself that I wanted a female that can kind of catch people's eyes and stuff. And I was just playing around with it and stuff. And then I said, well, you know, she always on the move. And, you know, she decided to go from North Carolina to get to California. So I'm like, okay, so how's she going to get there? Is she going to get there by plane or is she going to drive? So, you know, in a book or whatever, she is doing a lot of driving and going places and stuff and trying to sightsee. So, you know, I decided to put a car up there. I just decided to put Cinnamon up there because she's the main character in the book. So, you know, that's how it all came together.
Okay, that's a nice, man, that is a nice cover.
I'm loving her accessories. I got to go on and throw that out there. I love her accessories.
Okay, you also been talking to us about, we're going to keep talking about the book, but, you know, I was going to touch on a variety and a different range of things, which, you know, you've been talking about the radio show. Tell us something about the radio. Tell us about the radio show.
Well, the radio show, I usually do, well, you know, since I DJ, I play all types of music, though. And if people are local artists and stuff, if they send me their music, I will play it on there, regardless if I like it or not. I would still play it on there, because if I don't like it, somebody out there might do like it. So I can't have everybody else not liking something because I don't like it or it's not my taste of music. So, you know, I play all types of music. Not only that, I do topics. I also have somebody else on there that does topics, her husband. But I usually do topics that's happening around in the world, or somebody says they got a question for me to ask people out there. And I'll ask the questions. But it's usually like a whole bunch of entertainment to make people laugh and people have a good time.
Okay, Beverly, you forgot one of the main things. I'm going to help you out because, like I said, I was on a show a couple weeks ago and I loved it. Tell the people the name of the show and the name of the station and how they can get it or listen to it.
The name of the station is 99 The Beat, and that's 99 the two numbers, and then it's DA, and then it's DEAT. And that's one way that you all can download that on your phone, or you can actually go to the website, 99thebeat.com.
Okay, yeah, I was on the show once again. I was on the show a few weeks ago, and me and Beverly, we had a good time. Matter of fact, I had a female called in, was hitting on me. It kind of took me by surprise because she was very blunt and forward, boy. So, man.
Yes, she was.
So like I was saying earlier, you got to be careful talking to journalists. So I wouldn't be surprised if I see a scene or something like that pop up in one of your books. So you said you was working on your next book. So what you currently working on now?
Well, I don't have a name of the book yet, but I'm thinking about doing like a family, which I started on that part yet. A family moving from somewhere, I don't know the location yet, but I'm gonna make them move into an all white people area, and they have to deal with racism that goes on. And I mean, that's some of the stuff that still goes on today. So
that's
pretty much easy to write about.
That sounds like something like Suburbicon. Have you seen that movie?
No, I haven't seen that one, but I did see the Wilsons went to Birmingham.
The Wilsons went to Birmingham?
The Wilsons went to Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just went past it on Netflix. I'm going to have to look that up after this.
On Netflix.
Yeah, Suburbicon was like the same way because it was kind of the same way because the family moved in and it was kind of racist and pretty dicey, but the story didn't end off well. I was like, that was unexpected. Where the heck that came from? That should have went straight to DVD. That's all I'm saying. It should have went straight to DVD, but it didn't.
Yeah, I watched Meet the Blacks or whatever, and they had something like that.
Yeah, now that was just so silly, stupid, dumb. I like that movie. It was funny.
All right, for the listeners out there, this is the Hanking Out with Mr. Just Get It on Saving Sexy Radio. And for those of you just turning in, we have Arthur Beverly Turner in the house with us today. And for the people who just now tuning in and also is not aware of the Hanking Hour, the word hanking means when you can supply the demand and consistently turn a profit. And this is the Hanking Hour. And I have to say, Beverly Turner is definitely hanking. You your own boss. You definitely fit the criteria to be on the Hanking Hour because you are hanking.
Okay.
Tell us how I feel. Tell us how I feel now being your own boss.
It feels good. It feels really, really good. You know, I didn't know how good it felt until I could be walking somewhere and they'll be like, oh, you're a band from 99 to beat? Or I'll be like, yeah. Or they'll be like, well, I see you on Facebook, like your whole page is consist of 99 to beat or your book. Like, it's like you're always promoting. And I mean, I might not know who they are, but they know who I am. And then my friends and my family, they steady telling people like, oh, download the website, you know, do this, do that, you know, go get the book, it's good. And I'm like, okay, well, people start believing me. But I know it all started within myself first. So if I ain't believe in myself, no one will.
That's right.
Right, and my last week's show, y'all, was about who are your supporters,
That's
and
right.
I don't know how I messed around and got on the topic of it where I was telling the listeners last week about 99 and Beat and how the conversation stemmed from me being a host here on the Hank and I on Saving Sexy Radio, and I'm also affiliated with another radio station. So when I first came across 99 and Beat, you know, my integrity instantly kicked in, and my integrity kicked in, and I didn't know if it would be a conflict of interest, so I had to be careful how I worded it. And when I worded it and shared it and was telling people to download the app, you know, it came with the punchline of expanding, you know what I'm saying, trying different things and stuff like that. You know, so like you say, family and friends is telling people to share and download the app. I've definitely been telling people to share and download the app. And every time I see you online and you saying you live on air, I definitely share it, you know. And that's part of the hanking hour, you know, the hanking hour is to kind of help people, you know what I'm saying, promote and market their brand, you know. And I feel like, and I talked about on the past show, you know, me helping somebody else on the platform I got or creating a platform for them is also helping myself, and not even far as getting something back in a promotional type of way, as far as seeing somebody else make it and knowing the struggles and things that we have to go through, you know, when we trying to become our own boss and when we stepping out in different careers and stuff like that. And when I asked you how did it feel to be your own boss, you know, you said it felt good, you know, people recognize who you are. But some people get it twisted and think you work less when you're your own boss than you do when you punching the clock, when that is totally not true.
It sure ain't.
You know, when you're your own boss, you constantly on call. You know, you ain't no calling off sick. You know, this is how you living now. So, how do you juggle and manage your days and your time? You know, you're a full-time author. You're a mother. You have a radio show. You have a radio station. You know, how are you balancing your days out?
Well, I usually balance my days out. Sometimes I don't go to bed till late. Like, sometimes I go to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning.
That sounds
But
about
I'm
right.
usually up at 7 o'clock in the morning. And when 7 o'clock hits, after I get dressed, brush my teeth, take a shower and stuff, then I'm right there either getting on air, asking somebody who's about to get on air, getting everybody's schedule of what they want to do, what time they want to come on, because at the same time, I still got to send text messages out to let other people know when they want to get on air. I still got to promote their name on my Facebook page, but not only on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and all these other social media sites. And I'm like, okay, well, there we go. Then I got to promote my own book, and I got to let people know. And then I'll go outside, and I, you know, go around, go to the store, might see a familiar face, or I might see a face that I don't know, and I'll be like, hey, I got to book out, check out my website, pick up my app, and all of that.
Everywhere you go is work.
Right, everywhere you go. And that's what I don't understand. People think, I don't know why people get it twisted like that and think that when you're your own boss, it's easier than when you're punching the clock.
Right.
Because when I first set out on this venture, you know, I set out on it hard, you know, and promotion was like a heavy part of it because word of mouth, you know, and a closed mouth don't get fed. But one of the things I ran into is finding out that social media is a job in itself. You know, so I definitely commend you. You're wearing a lot of different hats right now. Like I say, I definitely see success in your future. And I hope I hope you continue on this path that you're going on. And I want to get back on Cinnamon. So Cinnamon Chronicles, Kiss the Lace, or Songs of Cinnamon. So What type of trials and tribulations is Cinnamon going through far as relationship-wise in this book? Because you told us in the beginning, maybe she find love, maybe she don't find love. What are some of the things Cinnamon goes through?
I mean, she goes through a whole lot. She be trying to find love, and then, she was dating a pimp. She wasn't just dating all good guys. She did date some guys that she knew dang well she should never been with.
Right.
But at the same time, a lot of people love a bad
That happens
boy
in real life.
Some
Right.
people don't like no good guy.
Right, and I think that might have been why your listener was hitting on me a couple weeks back. But before you came an author, as far as being a journalist, were you a reader?
Yeah, Carl Weber, Eric, Dick,
Jerome,
stuff
Dickey.
like that. Zane, stuff like that. But as far as reading every day, no, that was not me.
Right. Because I read somewhere and
I seen something, I'd be like, all right, cool, I'm going to get it. But no.
Right. Because I read somewhere and I found it to be true. They said the best writers are readers. And like I said on your show, and I've said on here before, that I've done a lot of reading, boy. I've read a lot of books. What genre do you consider this being?
Well, I put it as urban fiction.
Right.
That's what type of writing I do.
Urban fiction, like I said, I know you've done your research before for Cinnamon Chronicles, Kiss and the Lace, or Songs of Cinnamon. Yeah, it fits under the genre of urban fiction, but due to the storyline and synopsis, it also falls into romance. You know what I'm saying? Then, of course, we already know it falls under the genre African American. Like I said, I can't wait. I'm definitely gonna check this out. And I like I said, I was a reader. I'm a heavy reader, but I haven't really been doing no reading of late because I've been so busy. But this is one that's definitely catching my attention, and I'm gonna have to check it out, especially coming from a journalist. For the listeners, y'all out there, we got Author Beverly Turner in the house with us tonight. We talking about Cinnamon Chronicles, Kiss the Lace, or Song of Cinnamon. We talking about 99 The Beat, a radio station. We have a lady with us tonight that's wearing a whole bunch of different hats, and I do see success in her very near future. We're going to take a break. This is Mr. Just Get on the Hanky Now on Saving the Sexy Radio, and we'll be right back.
In this life that I'm living, I pray I make it through the night. As I ride through my city, I'm thinking, looking at the lights. For so long we was hurting, I got the chance to make it right. Plenty times you done hurt me, I done been all alone at night. They claim that they with me, but just them know that they ain't right. Gotta stay down and get it, I know that it's gonna be alright. Can't get knocked off my pivot, I gotta play my cards right. Gotta stack up them benches, my looking, we gon' ball for life. For so long I've been striving, going hard, trying to make it right. So much pain in my body, know you can see it in my eyes. Said that you was with me, promised that you was down the ride. Now when I look around, you ain't know about my side. Hurt me so deep, but it's okay, I'm on my grind. I got 2 sons, I'm just 16, can't waste my time. Straight from the bottom to the top, I gotta climb. That boy say he don't like me, tell him fall the line. So survivor, I won't stop, yeah, I'ma grind for it. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, I done came for it. A lot of diamonds around my neck, yeah, I'm shining hard. I'm 16, driving in all these exotic cars. And I don't want nobody's bitch but my mama, boy. And my chicken niggas, they was the ones who behind me, boy. Remember, I ain't had nothing to eat, I go steal for it. Show you my bank account, I swear I got 6 figures, Lord. Looking around me, they hating, probably won't shake me for it. These looking under the stars, living under the board. I guess these looking, they wasn't made for it. Lord, please don't mistake me, play gon' die, cause I ain't going for it. In this life that I'm living, I pray I make it through the night. As I ride through my city, I'm thinking, looking at the lights. For so long we was hurting, I got the chance to make it right. Plenty times you done hurt me, I done been all alone at night. They claim that they with me, but shit, I'm knowing the thing right. Gotta stay down and get it, I know that it's gonna be alright. Can't get knocked off my pivot, I gotta play my cards right. Gotta stack up them benches, my fucking Louis gon' ball for life. Yeah. I can't even lie, I really miss my daddy. Can't trip out you leaving me, waiting for you, this wouldn't happen. Woke up with an opportunity to feed my family. My limit the stars and I wanna grab it. Yeah, yeah, I just wanna grab it. You know, I wanna hold another level right now. In this life that I'm living, I pray I make it through the night. As I ride through my city, I'm thinking, looking at the lights. For so long we was hurting, I got the chance to make it right. Plenty times you done hurt me, I done been all alone at night. They claim that they with me, but they shit, I'm knowing the thing right. Gotta stay down and get it, I know that it's gonna be alright. Can't get knocked off my pivot, I gotta play my cards right. Gotta stack up them benches, my fucking we gon' ball for life.
Alright, what's up, y'all? This is the Hanging Out with Mr. Just Get It on Save the Sexy Radio, powered by the R&B Network. For y'all just now tuning in, we have Arthur, mother, entrepreneur, and entertainment journalist from Fayetteville, North Carolina, Beverly Turner in the house with us tonight. And she's just been educating us and dropping jewels on us, and she's covering ground on a lot of the topics I done talked about this last couple weeks, promoting and advertising. One of the things we haven't talked about, which we're going to get into right here real shortly, is paperbacks and ebooks. So what's your take, Beverly, on paperbacks versus ebooks? Is your book available in paperback?
Yes, it's in paperback. You can get that one on Amazon too, but I do have ebook as well. But me personally, I always been the type of person I want to have a physical book.
Right.
Some people, you know, they can deal with the ebook stuff, but I think, you know, I have friends and stuff. They come around, and when they get my book, they'll be like, "Well, hey, I need you to sign it." So.
Right. So you more of a paperback girl.
Yes, I think it's paperback.
Right. And that was, like I said, that was one of my topics. There's been a big debate in the literary world lately, you know what I'm saying, paperback versus ebooks. You know, I'm the same way. I like to have that physical book in my hand. It holds more of a personal value to me, especially when it's signed by the author. And then you was talking about creating your brand, where you stepped out and became your own boss. And then when you became your own boss, all the different hats, because I'm still blown away by this cover. Wow. But I guess that would come in the field of journalism. You know, not really so much the graphics and the creative side of it, but my understanding of journalism, you got to be able to do a writing from beginning to finish, and you definitely
did
that.
Yeah, they teach you in journalism about Adobe and stuff like that, and how to work it just in case if you need it.
And that's one, and I see you was paying attention in that class.
I paid attention a little bit. I ain't gonna say I paid attention all like that, but I did pay attention a little bit.
Okay, so where did you get your, okay, you told us, you gave us a rundown of Cinnamon Chronicles, and you told us your idea or your plot or your outline for your next story. Where do your ideas from your stories come from?
Just stuff out of my head and stuff, and, you know, Solitary, of course. A lot of stuff comes from Solitary. So.
Okay, and then I told the listeners.
Oprah, the OWN show.
Okay, I told the listeners that you was. Okay, I told the listeners that you was dropping jewels on us, and we definitely got a power player on the Hankin Hour with us tonight. What advice, as far as being a journalist and having a degree in journalism, what advice can you give other aspiring authors, as far as in the writing process? And I'm taking notes on this myself.
Well, as far as writing, we did a lot of writing in third person. So I would tell everybody to do third person. Not only that, always look over. Like, if you know that you're not really good or a big writer and stuff, it's no problem, because honestly, in the real world, ESPN and all these other major companies and stuff that have people that's writing and stuff, a lot of them don't have no degree in writing. But at the same time, they always got somebody over them that edit their papers, watch what they saying, look and see, you know, going over their stuff. Then you have, you know, other people over them that's supposed to do the same thing. But if you go right now, well, I live in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and a lot of people just go to go get a newspaper and stuff and look at stuff, and they'll see a journalist and they'll be like, wow, look at all these mistakes that people didn't even catch that. Like, what's going on with the editor? So always look and read everything, have like 4 or 5 different eyes, and don't always depend on the computer because Microsoft Word is not going to catch everything.
And it'll give you some words that don't even belong in what you're writing.
Okay, y'all, this is the Hanging Out with Mr. Just Get It on Saving Sexy Radio, powered with RB Network. We have Arthur Beverly Turner in the house with us today. I got my co-host Beverly Say, who's been real quiet today.
I've been talking in the background.
We're going to take us a small break, and we're going to come back with Miss Beverly Turner and get some more jewels from her. This is the Hanging Out with Mr. Just Get It and Barely Say.
Talking in the background, yeah. He'll be back.
Talking in the background.
Saved and Still Sexy Radio, right here on GI Music. Because you should know, just because you are saved, that doesn't mean stop being sexy.
Out there, y'all. This is the Hanging Out with Mr. Just Get It. We got Arthur Beverly Turner in the house with us, and she's been telling us about Cinnamon Chronicles. She's definitely dropped some jewels on us, coming from a journalist point of view. She's created her own cover. I can't wait for y'all to see this cover. Let alone read the book, but see this cover. This cover is fire. Man, this cover is fire, and it's just like very intriguing for the person who just did it, who just stepped out and did it. That's one of the reasons why I said I see success in your future, because I see you're not afraid. You definitely ain't afraid, and that's a good thing. I see you trust and believe in yourself, and that's one of the most important things is when we trying to pursue our own personal endeavors like that. If we don't believe and trust in ourselves, how can we expect somebody else to?
That's right.
So I want y'all to go out and check out the Cinnamon Chronicles, Kiss in the Lace, or Song of Cinnamon. Beverly, Miss Turner told us you can get it on Amazon.com. You can get it on BarnesandNoble.com. She also has paperbacks available. You want to tell the people your website?
My actual website is BeverlyTurner.net, and also you can find me on Facebook, and that's Beverly Turner. Or Facebook.com, Loves Maya, Twitter, Lyrical Line, and Instagram, MyHeart27.
Barely Say, you got any announcements?
If you have not went and got Constance Chronicles yet, please go and get it. I'd appreciate it so very much. Help out your mental exercises. Go on and work out that stress in a more positive way. It's not your ordinary inspirational read. It's Constance Chronicles. You can see it at SusieNewton.com, SUSIENEWTON. Thank y'all for listening.
And we out.
Come to to your river. Come to your river. Wash my soul. I will come to your river. Wash my soul. I will come to your river. Wash my soul.